At a billionaire gala sparkling with power, laughter stopped when a woman lifted her wine glass and poured it over a black CEO's head. Gasps spread through the ballroom. Her husband, a defense magnate, didn't move. Cameras caught everything. The CEO said nothing, just looked her in the eye and whispered, "You shouldn't have done that." 10 minutes later, her phone buzzed. The billion-dollar contract that built her family's empire was gone. And the man she drenched had just signed the cancellation himself. The ballroom of the Lenox Grand shimmered with wealth. Crystal chandeliers reflected on glass walls overlooking the skyline. It was the night of the Global Investment Gala, where the rich toasted themselves and whispered deals worth billions. At the center of it all stood Ethan Ward, a quiet figure surrounded by noise. CEO of Nexon Dynamics, one of the fastest-growing defense tech firms in the country. He spoke little, observed more. Power didn't need to be loud, and his was the kind that could move governments. A few tables away sat Lana Prescott, wife of billionaire investor Charles Prescott. Known for her vanity and cruelty, she treated every event like her stage, and everyone else as her audience. When she noticed Ethan, her lips curled. "Who invited him?" she whispered to a friend. "I thought this was an exclusive evening, not a diversity showcase." Her friend forced a laugh, uncomfortable. Moments later, Lana stood, glass in hand, and approached Ethan's table. Cameras shifted toward her. "Ethan, right?" she said sweetly, her tone dripping with condescension. "I've heard about your company." "You must be the reason we have quotas now." Ethan looked up. Calm. Expression unreadable. "Excuse me?" "Oh, come on," she continued, louder now so others could hear. "Let's not pretend this is merit. Everyone knows why they fund people like you." A hush spread across the room. Even the band faltered mid-note. Then she did it, the act that would define her downfall. She raised her glass and poured red wine across his table, splashing his papers, his phone, and his calm. "Oops," she said with mock regret. "Guess I was right. Can't take you anywhere classy." Gasps echoed. Dozens of phones came up. Her husband, Charles, paled but said nothing. The moment was recorded from 10 angles. Ethan didn't move. He dabbed the corner of the napkin across his papers, eyes locked on hers. The room's silence was heavy, like the moment before a storm. Then he spoke quietly. "You just made a very expensive mistake," Lana laughed. "Relax, it's just a suit. You can send me the dry cleaning bill and if you can afford it." 10 minutes later, her world began to fall apart. In a private conference room upstairs, 3 executives were on a call with Washington, D.C. The voice on the other end was cold and precise. "Effective immediately, all pending contracts with Prescott Industries are terminated. Ethics violation confirmed. Blacklist authorization approved." The 3 executives exchanged glances. None dared to question it. Back downstairs, Ethan stood by the exit, phone in hand. The notifications began. News alerts, trending tags, video clips. Wine and War was trending globally. The headline read, "Billionaire's wife humiliates black CEO. Family loses $1 billion defense deal minutes later." Cameras caught the moment she realized. Her husband's phone buzzed. He turned white. "What's happening?" she whispered. He swallowed hard. "The Pentagon just pulled our contract." She blinked. "What?" Ethan turned toward them, phone still in hand. "Your husband's company was under final review for a federal contract. My department signs that approval." The silence that followed was absolute. The photographers didn't dare move, Lana stammered. "You're with the government?" "I'm not with the government," Ethan replied evenly. "I am the government. And I don't fund arrogance." Her knees weakened. "Wait, I didn't mean—" "You meant every word," Ethan said. "And now your words have cost your husband $1 billion. Cameras clicked like gunfire. Every headline wrote itself. That night, the Prescott's empire cracked. Investors fled. The board demanded resignations. Stock plunged 37% by morning. By noon, news networks ran a clip of Ethan leaving the gala, composed, untouched by chaos. One reporter shouted, "Mr. Ward, do you have any comment about the canceled deal?" He stopped just long enough to say, "Actions have consequences." Even in first class. The line went viral within minutes. Over the next week, the fallout deepened. Congressional committees reviewed the Prescott deal for corruption. 2 executives resigned. Lana vanished from public view, her charity sponsors cutting ties overnight. Ethan refused interviews. He didn't need them. Silence was his statement. Months later, he stood at a military innovation summit, addressing a hall full of global investors. He spoke without naming anyone. Power without integrity destroys itself. Sometimes all you have to do is let it. The audience rose in applause. Even the press described it as controlled fire. That same week, the Prescott mansion went on sale. Lana began volunteering at a veterans rehabilitation center, the same program Ethan's foundation funded. When asked by a reporter if she ever apologized, she nodded tearfully. "I learned that the people you look down on might be the ones holding your future." Ethan never responded publicly. He didn't need to, because every empire built on disrespect eventually collapses, not with noise, but with silence, signatures, and consequences. And that night at the gala, one calm man reminded the world that dignity doesn't shout. It simply waits, and then cancels the contract. When arrogance spills wine, truth spills power. Some people think money makes them untouchable, until respect walks in wearing silence. If this story hit you deep, like this video and share it everywhere. Tell us in the comments where you're watching from and what moment made you stop breathing. Because every view spreads a message the world still needs to hear. Dignity doesn't beg for respect, it enforces it. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more stories where pride burns fast. But power lasts forever.